Hello and welcome to today's webinar, What to Expect at the 2019 Textile Sustainability Conference. This webinar will be recorded and sent out to all registered participants. It will also be posted in Textile Exchange's webinar archives and in our member-only portal, The Hub. You can leave your questions in the question box on this webinar doc, and I'll go over them at the end of this presentation. Any unanswered questions will be answered afterwards via email. My name is Rita, and today I'll go over helpful high-level information about the 2019 conference. Now let's take a look at today's agenda. Today you will learn helpful details about the conference, including venue information, what to expect, who's exhibiting. We'll take a look at the agenda, Texcursions, conference app, and then we'll have a Q&A part at the end. Before I get started, I wanted to remind all of those that have not registered yet that conference late fees go into effect in 11 days on September 30th. Make sure you register today for savings of $400. I'd also like to thank our 2019 conference sponsors. We greatly appreciate your support for this year's conference, and many sponsors come back year after year to support our conference, and we're very thankful for that. You can learn more about each sponsor on our website as well as in the conference app. Now let's dive into our 2019 conference. This year's theme is Driving Impact Through Integrity and Preferred Fiber and Materials, United in Action to Advance the SDGs. The SDGs are the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Textile Exchange are advocates for advancing the SDGs, and we believe in using our conference to convene companies and individuals like you. We really believe that this is where important conversations happen, where ideas turn into action for the change this world needs. So we really can't wait to have you join us in Vancouver. And this year's conference takes place at the Vancouver Convention Center East Building. Vancouver is recognized as one of the greenest cities in the world, and we're really happy to be here this year. One thing I want to point out is that we are in the Vancouver Convention Center East Building, not the West. There are two convention centers. They're related to the Vancouver Convention Center family, right across the street from one another. So we just want to make sure attendees show up at the right place, and this is what the East Building looks like. And speaking of being in a green city, I'm also pleased to announce that for the first time in our organization's history, our conference is climate neutral. We partnered with South Pole to calculate the greenhouse gas footprint of our upcoming conference, and we're offsetting our impact by investing in projects in Africa and China. You can learn more about this on our conference website. Now, the estimated offset equals over 500 Olympic swimming pools of carbon dioxide gas. That's huge. So a big thank you to South Pole for their help in making the 2018 conference climate neutral. Now let's jump into what you can expect. Last year, our 2018 Textile Sustainability Conference took place in Milan, Italy, and it was our largest conference turnout to date. We had 815 attendees from 43 countries. Our conference is truly a global event, and the energy is contagious. Conference attendees span the textile, apparel, and fashion supply chain, from farm to textile mills, manufacturers, retailers, brands, designers, entrepreneurs, students, NGOs, the list goes on. You can take a look at our website for more statistics, but I have one here about the type of organization and company that attended in Milan. And speaking of attending companies, here are a few of our past attending companies, and we're truly honored to be recognized by some of the world's most influential organizations and companies. However, organizations large and small attend. That includes entrepreneurs, startups, students, nonprofits, and more. I encourage everyone to take a look at the 2019 attending company list under Why Attend on the conference website. And a reminder that this presentation will be sent out to everyone, and I'll include some helpful links so you can have easy access to some of these different topics that I'm covering. All right. Now let's take a look at what the 2019 conference will entail. We will have over 100 speakers, over 40 exhibitors, 37 breakout sessions, 8 plenaries, and 7 roundtable summits. This is a look at our 2019 exhibitor list. We still have a few that are being confirmed as we speak, and this is a great opportunity for our attendees to meet, discover, learn, and connect with these organizations that we're very happy to have, and each year our exhibitors keep growing. So we're really thankful for our 2019 exhibitors. You can learn more about these on our conference site as well as on our app. And the exhibit hall will open on Tuesday for the welcome reception, and it's open until the last day of conference on Friday the 18th. Now let's take a look at the agenda. Here's a snapshot of the 4 days of conference. On Tuesday, October 15th, we will have the roundtable summits, the Basics of Sustainability workshop. An advanced sign-up is required for this. We also have a design workshop, which is currently full, although we do have a waitlist that you can sign up for. And it's day one of our industry partner meetings. And these are private meetings that are led by industry peers that are basically renting out some space from Textile Exchange, although we do have a few that are public, and you can learn more about them on our website. There's also the welcome reception for all of our attendees, and this takes place in the exhibit hall at the Vancouver Convention Center East Building. And as I was just mentioning, this is where the exhibit hall will open for the first time for everyone to have a sneak peek at who will be exhibiting. Now on Wednesday, October 16th and Thursday, October 17th are the 2 full days of conference. This includes the plenaries, breakouts, networking, and more, and I'll dive into that in a few slides of what that entails. There's also a member-only reception, which is on Wednesday, October 16th at the Vancouver Convention Center. And on Friday, the 18th, is day 2 of the Roundtable Summit. And these specifically are the Organic Cotton Roundtable and the Responsible Leather Roundtable. Both of these are full days from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We also have our Texcursions, which are post-conference industry tours. And I'll go into a few more of those details in a few slides from here, but advanced sign-up is required for these. And we also have the second day of our industry partner meeting days. So let's take a look at the roundtable summits versus the main conference, because I do get a lot of these questions and I want to make sure that everyone has a better understanding on what these entail. So a reminder that those roundtable summits are on the Tuesday and Friday during conference, and roundtable summits are held annually along our conference and are designed to be interactive, deep dives into preferred fiber and materials. Now, the purpose of each roundtable is to discuss how to drive the adoption of preferred fibers, and it's where organizations come together to identify barriers to growth and take collective actions that result in meaningful impact. So there is a roundtable meeting pass. It's free for members. It's included if you buy a full access conference pass. However, it is $250 for non-members. Advanced sign-up is required in registration. And this year's roundtables include biosynthetics, cashmere, man-made cellulosics, responsible wool and mohair, recycled polyester, organic cotton, and responsible leather. Now, the main conference taking place on the Wednesday and Thursday of this week is where you will learn from industry experts on today's most pressing sustainability topics and connect with a diverse global group of leaders from across the supply chain. This year's conference includes 7 30-minute plenaries, 37 breakouts, the member-only reception, and we have abundant networking opportunities. On these days, there are 30-minute networking breaks as well as a 45-minute networking break. And the different topics that are covered in the sessions at the conference include circularity, collaboration and partnerships, innovation, social impact, tools and technology, certification and transparency, preferred fiber materials, and much more. So we definitely have a packed agenda this year, and the good news is that all Wednesday and Thursday sessions will be recorded and made available to registered attendees and Textile Exchange members. And we think this is really helpful because, of course, with there being up to 8 to 10 breakouts happening simultaneously, and of course you'll want to attend more than one, you can go back and reference that session at a later time. Now let's jump over to the online agenda, and I'm going to go over a nice high-level overview of what these different days entail. So this is our conference website, and if you haven't already taken a look at it, I recommend you doing so. On the agenda tab, this is where you can view the detailed look at every day, all of the sessions. You can also click into it and read a description of the session, as well as view the speakers that are joining that session. Now, keep in mind, we are still having speakers registering every single day, and this is definitely the place you can come to view all of that. And I also encourage you to take a look at the speaker tab, and this is where you can view all of the speaker information, their title, organization, and bio. So a big thank you to all of our speakers that are speaking this year. I know we have a few of you on this webinar, and we really appreciate your time, help, and expertise in making our conference content as strong as possible. We also have a helpful high-level one-page agenda, and this is what I'm going to share with you now. Just an easy, clean way to take a look at all of the different sessions that are taking place at the conference this year. So if we start on Tuesday, October 15th, I went over some of these roundtable summits, as well as the basics of sustainability workshop. These are all of our morning sessions. Then we have a few of those private industry partner meeting days, such as a life cycle analysis workshop, which is put on by Cotton Incorporated. And then in the afternoon, this is one of those industry partner meetings that is available for all to attend. It's the BCI Basics, the Better Cotton Global Showcase. BCI is the Better Cotton Organization, and if you click into our agenda, the in-depth one, there's a registration link there that's custom because it's going through BCI, but that's open for all to join. And then we also have a few of those other workshops and roundtables that I discussed. And of course, this is that welcome reception for all attendees, which takes place at the end of the day on Tuesday. Now, if we jump into Wednesday, our first full day of conference, we're actually starting the day with a morning run and walk led by Lululemon. This will take place at 6:30 a.m. at the Vancouver Olympic Cauldron, which is right in the plaza of the Vancouver Convention Center. And we're really grateful for Lululemon that offered to lead these runs. It also takes place on Thursday. Lululemon is based in Vancouver, so we're very appreciative of their support being in their hometown. So this is not mandatory. It's open to all different levels. You're more than welcome to just walk, which is also a nice way to connect with attendees. And if you feel ambitious and would like to run, you're more than welcome to do that. The convention center is right on the harbor, and I'll show you a few photos in a few slides from now, but this walk and run will take place on the seawall. So it's a beautiful opportunity to view the harbor, the water, and get some nice fresh air in the early morning. And then on Wednesday, our opening ceremony and welcome will begin at 9 a.m. and we are pleased to have the First Nations tribe of British Columbia be part of this opening ceremony. And we'll have a few more details on that soon. Our welcome will be done by Lorraine Pepper, the Managing Director of Textile Exchange, as well as Phil Hadridge, who is our conference moderator. And we're happy to have this year for the first time a moderator, and he'll be helping facilitate the plenary. So we're happy to welcome Phil. Then after that, we go into our first two morning plenaries that are 30 minutes each. The price versus value paradigm, and then partnering to create a successful preferred strategy. After that, we have a 30-minute networking break, and we also have two poster spotlight sessions, and this will all take place in the exhibit hall, and it's little 5-minute spotlights on certain organizations that will have a little mini stage set up, and we have those taking place during all of the networking breaks. Then we go into our morning breakouts, and I do suggest that you go into the agenda on the website so you can click into all of these and have a good idea of which ones are of interest to you. Now, for all of our conference attendees that are registered on the app, there is a feature called My Agenda where you can add the sessions that you want to attend into a custom agenda, which is just something nice you can do ahead of time if you want to kind of plot out your day, since there is a lot going on. After that, we go into lunch, and then there's also a 5-minute recharge by Lululemon. This is optional for any that wish to join. It's just a nice way to close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and we're happy to have a guide that will be provided by Lululemon on that. There are also some other poster spotlight sessions that take place during this lunch break. We'll then jump into our third plenary. After lunch, accelerating change through impact credits. And then after that, there are the afternoon breakouts. And I should add that all breakouts are 1 hour and 15 minutes long. And you can also click into these details on the online agenda to learn more about all of these different options. After that, we have another 30-minute networking break. Then we go into our fourth and final plenary of the day, how the carpet industry has succeeded with recycling. We'll then close the day with a 15-minute update on Textile Exchange's 2025 strategy, and then we'll have the member-only reception, which will take place at the Vancouver Convention Center. If we now look at Thursday, there's that other optional Lululemon run that I was discussing that takes place at 6:30 a.m. And then we'll have our welcome. And we are also pleased to have a pre-recorded video message from Bill McKibben. And for those of you that don't know who Bill McKibben is, he's a world-renowned environmentalist. He's one of the first people to write about climate change. And he unfortunately had a scheduling conflict even months ago when we first were speaking with him. So he did record a nice custom message for our attendees, and we're going to be very happy to play that for everyone. And then after that, we'll have another 5-minute recharge by Lululemon, which will then kick off our plenaries for the day, regenerative forestry, and then aligning the fashion industry with the goals of the Paris Climate Agreement. Both of those plenaries are 30 minutes. We'll then have a lovely 30-minute networking break, a few more poster spotlight sessions, and then we go into our morning breakouts. And after that, we have lunch, some more poster spotlight sessions. We'll then go into our 7th plenary, how to collaboratively develop a new corporate responsibility strategy. Then we have our last block of afternoon breakouts, another networking break and some poster spotlight sessions, and then we'll close the full day of conference in our 8th plenary, creating consumer awareness. So as you can see, we have a lot going on at the conference, but the great thing is there are also times for you to take breaks for yourself, but as well as networking with fellow conference attendees. And then a quick snapshot on Friday. Those are the Organic Cotton Roundtable and Responsible Leather Roundtable summits that I mentioned that will take place throughout the day. There is also an invite-only forum for the future, envisioning the future of man-made cellulosic fibers as well. So so thank you again for everyone who's been helping developing the content behind all of these sessions, to the speakers, the leads, our design team, communications team. A lot of hard work has been going into developing the 2019 agenda, and I really encourage all of you to take a look at this. I'll also include it in the webinar links after today's presentation. So I'm going to jump back into our presentation. And also, as I mentioned, on that Friday, October 18th, are our Texcursions. And every year after conference, Texcursions are our post-conference industry tours that take place throughout the region. And it's a great way to gain hands-on experience, learning about different aspects of the industry. Every year, our hosts vary, and they're always super interesting. This right here, this photo was from 2018's Lensing Texcursion, which took place in Austria, and attendees that signed up for this were able to view a Lensing textile facility. So we've also had these take place at farms, at libraries, at mills and manufacturing sites, as well as corporate offices. So this year's options, we have the Renewal Workshop, Circular Apparel and Textiles in Action. This takes place in Oregon, which is a short plane ride away from Vancouver. We also have a Vancouver Aquarium private behind-the-scenes guided tour. And this one will actually have sign-up available during the conference until it is sold out. So this could be a good option if you are attending and you realize on that Friday you won't be attending the Organic Cotton Roundtable or the Leather Roundtable, and you want to have a nice private tour. That will be available unless it's sold out. We also have an Oceanwise Plastic Lab and Vancouver Aquarium tour. This currently is full, but there is a wait list. And lastly, we have a really fantastic tour by Canopy, Walking Among Giants, Explore Ancient Forest, and Links to Your Supply Chain. This one currently is full, but we also have a wait list for it. Now, advanced sign-up is required for all Texcursions during registration, and the deadline to apply is coming up on October 4th. So if you do want to attend any of these, I encourage you to sign up as soon as possible. And you can visit the Texcursion page on the website to learn more about each tour. Last but not least, we have our conference app that was just launched on Monday. And if you search for Vancouver 19 in the App Store, this is what it will look like. Now, this is only available for registered attendees, as you do need your reference number to log into it. But if you haven't already, I do suggest you download the app and begin to play with it, because you can begin to chat with other registered conference attendees. And I will add that no email information is shared. It's all just through the app, so it's very confidential. Of course, you can see the name and organization that the person is from. You can also view the agenda, and this is a super helpful tool during the conference for you to have a quick glance at what sessions are going on, what room they're in. You can view the speakers for each session, and that includes their bios. You can also take notes and build your agenda as well. As I mentioned, if you want to start planning your day ahead of time, since there's so much going on. And there's also a feature this year for meeting requests. If you see someone you want to reach out to and try to set up some time to meet, you're more than welcome to do that. Of course, you can view the speakers, exhibitor information. We have a virtual floor plan for each of the sessions, as well as the exhibitors. And this year we have voting and ask a question, and we will be using this during our main conference days. So we're really excited to have that new interactive element this year. And there's much more on the app, so I definitely recommend you download that and look into it. And for those of you that have registered, those email instructions were sent out on Monday, this past Monday, so I encourage you to look for that email. Okay, so we have some time to now jump into Q&A. And I'm going to take a look at the questions, and let's take a look at that right now. Okay, so the first one, what are the poster sessions about? Where are they listed? Great question, Sandra. So the poster sessions will be listed on the agenda as well as the app. We're currently still confirming a few details, so they are not all listed there now. But the spotlights poster sessions are 5-minute each. The topics vary. We have some on animal welfare, some on farming practices, and or we also have some on innovative fibers and materials. So they all vary, and we will be posting them very soon as we just finish up a few final details. But they will be on the agenda and the app. And if there are any other questions, feel free to enter them now. Okay, I see the next one just came in. Where can the overall agenda be found for the general public? Perfect. So I'm going to pull this website up, and this will be sent out to everyone. So if you go to textileexchange.org/2019-conference, this pulls up the conference website. It is redirected to another URL, but it's very easy to find if you just follow those instructions, and I'll include that in the post-webinar email. But on our website under agenda, this is where the public agenda can be found. So anyone can reference this. And then if you click this here, download the high-level agenda, this is what I just went over, and it's a nice one-page document that you can print if you need to share it with your colleagues. This is definitely easier to look at a printed version than the full one, but yeah, all of these details are made available to the public. And as I mentioned, you can click into some of these sessions and take a look at the description as well as the speaker information. Okay, I'm going to jump back to questions. Okay, the next one came in until when can we register? So a reminder that the late fee goes into effect September 30th. So if you are thinking of registering, I highly encourage you to do so for savings of $400. But we'll close registration the week of the 11th. So by Friday, October 11th is when we will close that, so we can get our final numbers for food, beverage, and room setup and everything. But I do encourage you to register sooner rather than later. So thank you for that question. And do we have any other questions? I'll wait a few more minutes if anything else comes in. Okay, I have another question that just came in. How about the accommodation availability and visa as we are close now? That's a very good question, and visa processes vary per country. So if you look at our conference site under travel, we have a whole section here about visa information, and I encourage you to go to this Travel Canada information, and you can learn more about the visa requirements per country. I definitely highly recommend you looking into this as soon as possible if you may require a visa, as we're a little under 30 days away. So I think that's a good place for you to look at. Great, and I saw that this person entered India. I know we have a few colleagues from India that are attending, and they began that visa process several weeks ago because it is a timely process. So again, I encourage you to go to this Visit Canada visa website so you can really find out more details on what that entails. Okay, great. I have another question that came in. Will you be discussing hemp at the conference? And the answer is yes, we will. We know that there is a lot of interest in hemp, especially after the 2018 Farm Bill passed in the States. And on Wednesday, we have a breakout. Bear with me 1 second. Let me just do it. Here we go. I knew it was somewhere. 2D, the Evolving Hemp Landscape. And this was submitted from some really incredible individuals. And if you're on this call, any of you in this session, great job putting this one together. But yes, this will be taking place on the Wednesday. It definitely takes a look at the current state of hemp fiber production in the US and what that will look like in the future now that that 2018 Farm Bill has passed. We also have another session on Thursday, which is called Fiber and Materials Around the World. And we will have 2 individuals from Hemp Vortex, which is based in China, and they will be discussing hemp production and manufacturing in that session as well. Great. And if anyone has any other questions, I'll wait a few more moments. Okay, and if that's not the case, I'm just going to put up this last See You in Vancouver slide. We are really excited for everyone to attend who is registered. And if you haven't registered yet, we really hope that you can come, learn, connect, and discover. And if any questions do come up in the future, feel free to email conference@textileexchange.org, and we'll be able to answer any questions that you have. This is just a reminder of the conference URL that you can take a look at to view all of the information that I went over today. And it doesn't look like we have any other questions coming in. So if that's the case, I will close today's webinar. So thank you again for everyone attending. A big thank you to our sponsors, exhibitors, speakers, and to our Textile Exchange team that's been working on the conference. So, oh, it looks like one more question. Yes, we are sending the slides and this recording to everyone that registered. So be on the lookout for that in your inbox shortly. Thanks again, everyone, and have a great rest of your day and evening. Bye-bye.